Okay, hello there everyone, and welcome to our proper Let's Play. I say proper because we died in the last one, on what was really going to be the second episode. So I did a wee, nice little splice, giving you a nice first taste of our time in the Long Dark. Anyway, without further ado, let's get going. Stalker difficulty yet again. We'll go with a female survivor this time, hopefully she'll do better. We'll go to Mystery Lake. A mysterious geomagnetic storm has brought your plane crashing down into the northern Canadian wilderness. How long can you survive? Not very long on Stalker difficulty, apparently. But, hey, you know, these things happen. You roll your punches. No list of things to be done. The day providential to itself. The hour there is no later. This is later. All things grace and beauty that one holds to one's heart have a common province in pain, their birth in grief and ashes. Cormac McCarthy, The Road. A very good book. One of my favourites. Anyway, so we are in somewhere. It's cold. Feels like minus 35, so it is very cold. There's a wolf chasing a rabbit. We are very lucky to have avoided his attention. Yeah, Stalker difficulty. Woohoo. It's quite dark. We have no torch. Oh, no, we did start with a flare this time. Okay, that's good. Obviously the game is giving me a little bit of edgeway, saying, hey, we realise you died last time, so this is us throwing you a bone. We are getting very cold, very, very quickly, however. So we need to find some sort of shelter, and fast, otherwise we're going to start freezing to death. Now, when your freezing bar gets full, that is when you start to freeze to death. That's when you start to take condition damage. Remember when we were getting attacked by that wolf? I didn't really do very much commentary during it because I was too busy, you know, fighting off said wolf. But as you get attacked, your condition lowers. Your condition is like your overall body state, and that can go down through a variety of things: starvation, dehydration, having any illnesses like cholera or dysentery, from freezing, or just being too tired. Being too tired can actually cause your body to start to shut itself down, which is true. If you don't sleep enough, like if you don't sleep and you just keep on going, your body's going to start wearing down, and eventually, I think it's probably what it is doing is probably going to make you like pass out. I don't know. I've only had one time where I've been completely exhausted, but I was also freezing and my condition was dropping quite sharply. And the other thing is you can't run. We are very, very cold. This is not looking too good for us, and I have no idea where we are. So we're now freezing, so our condition's going to start dropping very, very rapidly. This is a hill. I don't think I should be running up here, but I'm running up here anyway. If I can get any kind of like sight along our surroundings, and if I can find just any random little house coming. Oh, we're warmer. Great. Only feels like minus 16. Wonderful. Now it's colder again. See, what happened there was we kind of got out of the wind chill a little bit because we were behind a cliff. Where are we? Well, wherever we are, there's a bear there. Oh, okay, so does this look familiar to everyone? This is where we died. This is where we died last episode, in the unnamed pond. Yeah. Wonder if we can see our corpse. Unfortunately, there's nothing like that in the Long Dark. We found a bandage, successful, newspaper roll, and some simple tools. Lovely. What we have not found is any form of shelter, and I do not want to go anywhere near that bear. For obvious, well, I'd hope obvious reasons. Bears, not really one to mess around with. There's a deer over there as well. We're going to go over this hill here. Hopefully there's not a wolf on the other side. We do have a flare to scare them off. I'm not sure if flares scare away bears. I think bears aren't as aggressive as wolves. They won't just randomly start chasing you, much like wolves will. But if you are anywhere near them, like if you come close to them, they will attack you and they will maul the shit out of you. And that's not good for your health insurance. You know, your premium's going to go up. It's not particularly great, not what you want. Right, okay, is there any houses along here? It's not really looking like it, is it? This is worrying. We've got to find somewhere fairly soon, otherwise we are just going to freeze to death.
Freezing.
Yeah, well, we heard the go. Goddamn freezing. There's a wolf there. He has seen us. Right, Monsieur Fluffy. I've learned my lesson from last time. Get! You aren't getting, Fluffy. Why aren't you getting? There's a flare right in front of you. Go on. Okay, so he's now scared of that flare. So now, what we can do is hopefully come around him, and we're going to run up around him like this. He's currently scared of that flare. We've got no more of them left. He's still, I think he can still smell us. So, okay, no, he's gone back into his, not really patrol, but just kind of wandering state. There is a house up ahead, but that is a broken down house. That's not going to be any use to us. It's not really going to let us warm up. We have nothing to burn. We have some newspapers, but that's not going to burn for any length of time, and it's not going to give us any warmth. Conditions down to 90 now. But we're just going to have a quick look inside here. Hello there, Fluffy. We're going to have a quick look in here to see if we can find anything, and we found a hatchet. Successful. If we weren't already freezing, what I could maybe do is I could... Oh my god, it's even get... Well, it's only minus 26 now. Only minus 26. It's not even actually minus 26. It's probably like more like minus 20. It's supposed to be minus 30, but only feels like minus 23. Oh, how nice. It must have been about minus 40 degrees earlier for us to feel like it was minus 36. So yeah, we're as you can see, we are in the cold, cold, cold wastes of Canada. There's some more wolves about. See him up there. Hey Fluffy, how you going? How you going? How you doing? Get away from... I suppose I can't really call her Billy, can I? Billerina. Yeah, there we go. Billerina. There we go. I don't know. I suppose you can call girls Billy. Yeah, nah, she's just going to be called Billy. Everybody's Billy. Come on, Billy, you can do it. I believe in you, Billy. Billie Jean is not my love. So yeah, it's getting slightly dark. I'd love to say that's a house, but I can't actually tell. I really cannot tell. If that is a house, I'm gonna be very, very happy. No, what it looks like instead is a wrecked train. Yeah, that looks like a train that's been wrecked, so... Okay, so it's a train that's going into the tunnel. Righto. Oh, well, that's good to know. Yep, tunnel collapse. Just wondering if there's anything about... There's a dead guy here. Hey, mate. You've got a hunting knife. Fantastic. We're just going to nick your knife off you. You've got nothing else on you. Okay, so now we actually have a hatchet and we have a knife. We're actually quite kitted out when it comes for surviving now, hilariously. I'm going to see if he's got anything over here. What's this? A pry bar. Lock containers. We found a bandage. Now, you shouldn't really be searching things while you're freezing. Found another bandage. But it's so early on in the game that we can't really pass by the opportunity. We can't be like, oh, we can just come back here. We don't know that. We might not have enough food to be able to just kind of like come back ways we've just came. Okay, so we found some wood there. How cold is it? Minus 13. It's getting a bit warmer. I don't really want to start a fire out here because it's time that we're going to be wasting staying outside and freezing. However, if our condition drops low enough, then I'll consider just lighting a fire and just trying to warm up a bit. What we can do is we can maybe just stay by the fire. You know, we'll gather some snow, melt some snow, make some water for ourselves. How are we doing on hunger and thirst? We're getting slightly hungry and we're slightly thirsty as well. This is the problem in the long dark. If you end up in the middle of nowhere, surrounded by wolves, we've already used our first flare, first and only flare. There's none left. We don't have a lantern. I guess we could technically have dropped bait, but I don't think we even have any food. Yeah, that is something I forgot to remember. You can drop items of food behind you in order as bait to try and stop the wolves from chasing you, like if you drop a piece of meat or something, and they'll just go after that instead of you, because obviously, you know, hey, they've got their meal. Why would they keep chasing you? They are hyper-aggressive due to this sort of electromagnetic shit that's gone on, but they're not overly aggressive. They're just attacking you for food. And wolves are known to hunt for sport as well, but usually they attack for food because, you know, they're usually starving. So yeah, if you drop some food behind you, usually they'll go for the food instead of you. Sometimes they won't. Sometimes they will just keep chasing you like dicks. But, okay, so we've managed to find ourselves a nice wooden cabin here. Actually, if you'll notice, this is the cabin from the thumbnail. This is where, remember how I was saying earlier about how I was walking in the dark and exhausted? This is the camp office. This is the office that I somehow managed to find in the dark during a blizzard, when I was exhausted and freezing, almost dead, to see it just come into light when I'm holding up my lantern. It's always had a really special significance for me because of that. We found a jerry can, 1.01 litres of kerosene. That's not an awful lot of kerosene, but you know, I'll take what we can get. I'm going to light a little match so we can see. We found some tomato soup. Great. I'm going to see if there's a lantern about here anywhere. Some accelerant. Lovely. Accelerant is really, really useful. If you're ever in a really bad situation, we found a lantern. Fantastic. Okay, so we can start using that instead of our match because we've got some kerosene backup as well. Found some newsprint. Right, let's light our little lamp here so we can just see about. This is a workbench. This is where you can create things. We found some line. So what we can do, for example, is we could get that line and we could transform that into a fishing line if we had a hook, and then we'd be able to fish with that. Hello there, dead man. Let's have a look at you. Yeah, I'm not too comfortable sleeping in a place with a dead man. So let's search this drawer here. Nothing. So far we found some tomato soup. We're no longer freezing because it now feels like 6 degrees. That's fantastic. Found some bedroll there, a down-filled sleeping bag. It's 55%, but what we could do is we could harvest it. Have a wee search in here. Nothing there. Some painkillers. Lovely. We'll take them. Anything else? Doesn't really look like it, does it, folks? Oh wait, what's this underneath? Just have a quick look. Magnifying lens. Fantastic. Okay. So the magnifying lens is pretty useful because it means that if you're outside during the day with not much cloud cover, you can then start a fire without using a match. And that can be really, really useful. What's this? A newsprint roll. Fantastic. And there's nothing more along here. There is these filing cabinets over here, so what we're going to do is I'm going to extinguish our torch so we're not using it all. We're just going to have a wee check inside the filing cabinets to see if we can find anything.
Best be prepared for anything.
Yep, best be prepared for anything. You know, you want to make sure that you've got anything you could use. We still have no firearms, which is rather annoying. If we had firearms, it would give us another way of fighting back against the wolves. Let's have a look at our equipment, see what we have. We've got some candy bar, and we've got some tomato soup. So what I'm going to do is, remember how we got that piece of cedar firewood? I'm going to use one of our tinder plugs and some of our kerosene, and we're going to start fire. Wonderful. Okay, so now what we're going to do is we're going to boil some water. We're not going to boil 2 liters of water, we're only going to boil 1 hour. Apparently there's a blizzard outside as well, so we got really, really lucky about coming into this place when we did. Last thing we want here when we're freezing is to be stuck outside in a blizzard. That wouldn't be very good. I was going to also cook our can of tomatoes, but I've just now remembered that we have no can opener. So what we'll do is we'll just use our knife to open it up. That'll damage the knife slightly, but we'll at least be able to open up our tin of tomatoes. It will probably drop the condition of the knife, it probably would have dropped the condition of the tomatoes, you know, some probably fell out when we were opening them up. But at least we managed to do that. Okay, so now that we've cooked our tin of tomatoes, let's have a little eat of them. Yum, yum, yum. And the best thing about this is because it's hot, it's going to give us a wee bonus to our cold stat. So we're actually not going to get hungry, as cold quite as fast. We are still very hungry though, so we're going to have a bit of water as well to raise our, lower our thirst, and we're probably going to have that candy bar too. Yep, some chocolate and nuts. Have a little bit of Snickers in us. So we've got a lot of calories, but we have no more food. We do have our little lamp. This stove only has another 12 minutes to go, so we're actually just going to leave this building here. You know, it's been good to us. It kept us out of the cold during that blizzard, but I think we're going to move on. And hopefully find some food, because we're going to starve to death pretty soon if we can't get some more food and some better clothes as well. Let's see, yeah, it's -13. We've eaten that thing of tomato soup. That was hot, so that's actually going to keep us warmer for longer than we usually should do. But I can see a wolf over there on the Mystery Lake, so we're going to run around the side here, if I can help it. Because we have no flares, we have no food to use as bait, so the last thing I want to do is aggro another wolf. Because we do have a knife and we do have a hatchet, so we will be able to fight him off. However, we will probably get very damaged in the process. We do have some antiseptic, I'm fairly certain, and we do have some bandages, so we could bandage ourselves up. If I kind of wish we weren't as cold as we were, we could maybe fight him, and that would give us some... Actually, we might have to fight him, he just keeps running across here. It's kind of too cold for us to really stop and try and wait for him to pass us by. See if he aggro's on us. He's kind of moving towards us. I think he's picked up our scent, or the scent of that deer. Okay, no, he's left us alone now. So what we're going to do is we're actually going to run over to this little ice hut over here. And we're going to have a wee check. Hopefully the ice isn't too thin. One of the things that can happen is the ice is too thin, and you can fall through, and as you imagine, that's not very good. I can't remember if you die immediately. I think it used to be like that at some point, and they might have nerfed that.
This stuff will come in handy.
Pry bar, lovely. Some reclaimed wood, lovely, we can make another fire. Let's have a wee look in this cupboard. Nothing. Drawer? No, nothing. This other drawer? No, nothing. Okay, so we have no food. And, yeah. I'm slightly worried, I'm not going to lie. We have no food. There's some houses over here. Looks like one of them's burnt down, which is something that can happen. All the houses are in preset locations. So if you know the area, you know where to go for houses and stuff, but sometimes houses can be burnt down. And if it's a particularly valuable house, then you're kind of screwed. Because some houses are definitely bigger than others, and if it's a burnt down house, all the loot that could have been in it is no longer there. So we're at the lake cabins here. I can't really see anything about, which I'm going to count my blessings on. What's this over here? No, it's just a bit of wood. So as you can see, we could usually get in this house here, but seeing as it's burnt down, we can't anymore. So let's get into this house here. There we are. Facing his door away from his neighbour. Obviously didn't like that person particularly much. Of course, they're both dead now. So let's grab some reclaimed wood. Some cotton socks. Remember, cotton kills. Cotton kills in survival situations. Some newsprint roll. Lovely. Search this metal container here. Found another bandage. Fantastic. Okay, so if we ever get in a fight with a wolf, we know for certain that we have enough bandages to... Oh, what's this? Some herbal tea. Lovely. Okay, so we can get some herbal tea, and hopefully that can keep us healthy. I can't remember if that gives you a bonus to your fatigue, or maybe it gives you a bonus to your thirst or your hunger. Maybe it makes you feel a bit better. Either way, I'm happy that we have it. You know, it makes it so that we don't have to just constantly drink water all of the time, because that could get boring after a little bit of time. Found a backpack here, and nothing in it. Some newsprint roll. Okay, so when we stop for the night, we'll be able to go through all our newsprint rolls, and we'll make them into tinder. Should be good for us. A book, so we have something else to start a fire with. A plastic container. Let's have a look in here. Tin of sardines. Lovely. So we now do have some food. Hopefully we won't have to throw that away to the wolves, but you never know. I'm kind of hoping not, because, you know, as our only bit of food, that is pretty valuable. Let's extinguish that. And we're going to go outside again. We're not going to warm up very much inside those houses, not with the clothes that we have on. If we had lots of better clothes, you know, that were a bit more insulating, then we would warm up a lot faster, and we'd be able to actually go from anywhere on the freezing chart down to 0 on the freezing chart, because we'd be above 0 degrees Celsius, or feel like it's above 0 degrees Celsius. So we'd still be cold, but we wouldn't be like dangerously cold, which is what the cold chart kind of signifies. Okay, so there's some more houses around here. Another one's burnt down. That's a shame. You know, this is why you got to be careful with your matches, folks. You never know when you're going to burn something down. Oh, speaking of which, hey there, mate. I told you to be careful with those matches, and you just never were. You never listen to Billy, do you? She's got your best interest in heart, but nah, just don't listen to her. It's a shame, really. I mean, he was my best mate. Right, let's have a look in here. We'll light this up. Tin of peaches. Lovely. So we'll be able to get a healthy, balanced diet with our thing of fish and our can of peaches. Some work boots. Fantastic. That will definitely keep us warmer, because right now I think all we have is some shoes. Oh no, we actually have some basic boots. But these work boots are going to be a lot warmer than those ones, so that's pretty good for us. We're just going to leave that lamp on. We've got that thing of kerosene if we need to fill it back up, so I'm not too bothered about wasting some of it. And I'm not really at this point planning on going out in the dark, because for someone who's not prepared for it, that is just plain suicide. Of course, if we have to, we will end up doing it. Like if you're stuck in one place for too long, if you're stuck in a blizzard and you keep going, no, I won't go out, I'll go out later. Is there seriously nothing in this entire house? Wow, haven't we been tricked? Yep, definitely not. I just wasted a match as well. I turned that off and I was like, I probably shouldn't waste that much kerosene. So I just used a match instead. But yeah, there was really nothing in that house. Holy crap. Oh well, that's alright. We'll head back outside. You know, we're pretty cold. We've lost the warmth bonus from our lovely little thing of tomato soup. It seems like a world away. Oh, we've got a nice little bit of floating match syndrome. There we go. It's gone now. We're going to run over to this ice hut. I don't see any more wolves about, so that's fine. Then we're going to run into that hut there. Probably that hut over there, and then... no, we'll probably run to that hut over there, and then we'll run into that hut there, and we'll probably call the episode there, because how much hours of... We still have 9 hours of daylight, but the episode's getting a bit long. Hopefully you won't have anything exciting happen today. Oh, some more peaches. Lovely. Lovely, lovely. Oh, and some cola, and some... Oh, that was grape soda. Grape fizzy juice. Lovely, and some beef jerky. some scrap metal. We did have that thing of simple tools, so we will be able to repair some of our hatchets. That's something we could do actually. We could, in our downtime, we can just harvest some wood from wherever we are with our hatchet and our knife. If you find any fir hardwood, then you can repair your knife and your hatchet, because you know you're repairing the handle, you're repairing the metal parts, the scrap. It's not actually how it works in real life, but hey, it's a game, so you know, give it some slack. Let's have a look and see if they have anything in this ice hut here. Hopefully they will. If not, I'm going to feel very, very sad. Right, let's have a look. Nope, nothing. Look at this drawer. Again, nothing. Have a look in here. Some more scrap metal, okay. So we know these people. Well, to be fair, you can use scrap metal to make hooks, I believe. So I'm not going to be railing on them for creating scrap metal. They are just fishing huts. They're not there to live in. Well, I suppose you could live in them, technically, but they don't even have a door to like the elements. So you know they're outside. You know you're in the freezing cold. I mean, it's what, like, it's minus 12, minus 7 degrees wind chill. You know, it's going to be very, very cold if you want to stay in here. Found a lone lake cabin. Lovely, lovely, lovely. We'll just jump in here. Jump in this door. And let's have a wee look around this cabin. Let's light up our lantern. So what do we find here? We found some newsprint roll. Fantastic. A backpack. Oh, some dog food. Tasty and nutritious, right? Rough. It is rough. Okay, so we found a down ski jacket. I'm very happy about that. It's in very poor nick, but you know, it'll do for us now, so we'll put that on. You know, it'll keep us warm. Put it that way. It's in very poor nick, so it's not going to do much for us, but it will keep us warm. We're kind of cold. We're getting fatigued. We've got about 8 hours of daylight left, but I think, yeah, I think we're going to call this episode here. So I just want to say thank you to everyone for watching. Hopefully we survive a little bit long with Billy 2 than we did previously. But I'll see you next time, and until then, goodbye.